What's up, man?
Hey, Colin.
Hey, how are you? Good afternoon. How are you guys
Good
doing?
afternoon.
Good, man.
Good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm all right, thank you. So, the second season will air nearly 2 years after season one finished. What was the reason for such a long delay in between these seasons?
It's above our pay grade, man. We have no idea.
Yeah,
Oh,
Steven
wow.
said one thing that was interesting. We might have just missed the mark for a second because
Yeah,
it really is a summer show. So when
yeah,
you miss the first summer, you got to wait to the next one. And I think maybe that's what happened.
yeah.
Business was in a weird spot too. So I think they're just waiting for the right time,
Gotcha.
But if it
All
makes
right.
you feel any better, it was
Mhm.
driving us crazy too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not unusual.
It's really lovely having your family constantly ask, "Hey, when's the new season coming out?" Hey, I don't know. Stop asking.
Yeah.
All right. I watched all of season two already, and I enjoyed it probably more than the first season. I'm not gonna spoil anything in particular, but there was a bigger push for women's wrestling in this new
Mhm.
season. Was that to reflect the current scene in pro wrestling, or was it maybe more of a natural progression for the show?
I think it was always a natural progression of the show. I mean, the women wrestlers, Jack and Ace have to come to terms with a lot of things. One of the things they didn't expect they'd have to come to terms with is the very real reality that the women wrestlers might even be not only as good but even better than they are, and they lead the charge in this in a way that we've never seen before.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I don't know if it's. I don't think it was meant to be a parable of what's happening today, but it's certainly a theme of what we're seeing everywhere, which is a great thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Look, I mean, with the television show, it's sometimes it's pretty simple, right? And one of the ways it can be simple is that Kelly Berglund's really good as
She
Crystal
did
Tyler.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's an awesome character from an acting standpoint, from a physicality standpoint, from a humor standpoint. Like Crystal is in a lot of ways, the refreshing antidote to all the boys and the locker room humor and stuff like that. And she comes out and she's refreshing and she's interesting and she's um in the business for the right reasons and loves it and respects it. And so you've seen that happen multiple times in the real world of professional wrestling. But it's just like, yo, you 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 think you're in charge, right? Like Jack thinks he's
Hmm.
in charge. Jack's not in charge. The audience is in charge, and
Yeah,
they ultimately decide what works, what doesn't, what pops, what fizzles, and Crystal pops. Period. So
she does, and it was a
yes,
great ending to the first season, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah, it
So
was. It was really good. Yeah, it was good.
I didn't see that coming, but it was good. Um, did the bumps get easier for the second season? How much training did you guys have to go through to prepare for this one?
Never get easy. I guess you get more used to it, but they never get easy. The one thing that they do is we, Stephen and I talked a lot about how great this is that they've been scheduling these fitness times for us. So like we have to go to the gym as part of our job.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
not just to like look good. It's so that we can prepare our bodies to withstand
Hmm.
the pressure that inevitably comes with doing these matches. Granted, they're not
Yep.
as long as a normal match, but we're still taking all the bumps for real. We're still doing everything for real, and
Yep.
it does take its toll.
There is something to be said though that, like, sure, we're not going out there. We're not going out and doing a 25-minute match, but in certain ways that'd be easier than what we're doing, which is
Because you're repeating the process. Yep.
doing these like 15 to 20-second
Hmm.
segments like 11 times.
Yeah.
Yep. Different camera angles and
The
everything. So
the
yeah.
stopping and the starting and this and the that, and it's like, yeah, it creates its own little logistical challenges, that's for sure.
Yeah. Alexander, you go through a bit of a character change this season. Can you give the fans a hint of what's to come for you?
You're going to see Ace in a way that you've never seen him before. He's finally come to terms with the man he always wanted to be. And I think you're going to get to see an inkling of the greatness that could be in both Ace, but also the DWL. But he completely has an identity change, both in and out of the ring, which was super exciting for me to get to play.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see that actually. Stephen, there was one particular scene later in the season which had me laughing quite a bit. You and Mike O'Malley, which who I think is tremendous, by the way.
Yeah, he's
You
really
had
good. Yeah.
this, yeah, you had this scene talking on the phone, and both of you dropped, I think it may be around 27, 28 F-bombs in 60 seconds. I tried
It's mostly
counting,
him.
but I'm.
It's mostly him. It's mostly him.
Were you guys going for a new record, or how
No, I
fun
was
was
just
to film
no.
that
Look,
scene?
man, I was just trying to get over the fact that I spent 8 years on a show where I probably murdered 1,000 people, but we weren't allowed to show blood. Okay, so
Yep.
I was just like, I'm just trying to get out. Like, I'm trying to I'm washing the network television off of me as
Mhm.
quickly as I can. And if I have to say fuck 8 times a
Yep.
sentence in order to accomplish that, then that's exactly what I'm going to fucking do. That's
All
okay.
right.
Thank you,
Oh,
Colin.
thank you,
Thank you,
man.
Appreciate it,
guys.
Really
man.
Thank you.
dude.
Thank you. Bye-bye.